A beautiful afternoon for racing here in the Midwest. Fans on their feet as race number 2 of the playoffs is underway. Jeff mentioned they'd be fanning out there in turns 1 and 2, 2 and 3 wide, sometimes 4 and 5 wide on restarts. And already a side-by-side battle for second.
Truex had to get out of the gas there. Larson takes that spot. Race. Oh, he's wrecking.
Sure enough, into the wall he goes. The 19. He called it.
Hang up there, hang up there, hang up there. Still got about 5 more coming by you.
The caution comes out, and he'll make a hard left turn now as he's coming out of turn 4 and go on to pit road.
This is what we talked about in the whole pre-race show. Kansas, it's in 1.5 miles. It looks so normal. It looks so benign. It's anything but. It's impossible to say why, but this car is destroyed. Broken front suspension. Flat right rear tire looks like from the very beginning of the race. You have to wonder how that tire was cut. But obviously going off in the corner with no grip, the tire goes away, he's into the wall. Lost 4 points last week at Darlington with a miserable day. Comes in here plus 25 to the cut line. It's going to put him right on top of that cut line going into Bristol.
Rick, a great regular season, all of those points used up, and Bristol is not a great track for Martin Truex Jr. next week.
Regular season champion Martin Truex Jr. is going to be out of this race early. And getting ready for the restart. Christopher Bell on the inside, Kyle Larson on the outside. Great restart for Kyle Larson. Look at him shoot around the outside. Is he going to take the lead away from Bell? Fighting for that 3rd spot, the 9 of Chase Elliott. Also up here contending.
Chastain on the inside there, battling for 3rd. Trying to side draft the 9 car, Chase Elliott. Side by side behind him, Bubba Wallace with a big run.
William Byron back there as well, the 24. Second caution of the day, and it comes out for another playoff driver, the 24 of William Byron spinning around, but actually the 3 of Austin Dillon got into the wall first. Take a look.
The 3 car coming off the corner just snaps loose right there, overcorrects right into the wall. All the debris coming off the car. That was going to be a yellow eventually, but just right after this is when the 24 spins in just about the same spot.
This right here just shows you how slick the racetrack is. Car is losing grip with the back tires. And then here you go, William Byron. He's in the gas, trying to make some speed, racing for Christopher Bell, and around it comes.
Yes, we need that radio. Erie, almost the same spot. Gets fortunate, doesn't really hit anything on the 24. Let's listen to what the 24 had to say.
I don't think I hit anything. I don't think I even got that tail. Yeah, I just was feeling to the right rear, and I knew I had to back it down, but yeah, too much.
Blaney fighting. He's a car length away now. Again, there's another point that he could potentially gain now. A big run for Chastain as Larson is going to win his 4th stage of 2023 and at Kansas. As stage 2 is now underway.
Look at the organization on the bottom of the racetrack, the push from the 9. This should get that 5 car clear before turn 1. Chase will be in a little bit of dirty air. The 5 up the racetrack just slightly, might be helping that 9 car get a little downforce. Now he's moving down the racetrack.
Trying to side draft on the 23.
You know, new tires, the bottom lane works really well. Chase Elliott a good run. Bubba Wallace a little bit better run. Chase lines up in front of him.
And I'll tell you, that right there was a lot of help from Kyle Larson. I think Larson was doing everything he could to assist his teammate on that first lap out in front of this field. All the cautions out on the racetrack.
And a lot of smoke from the 23 of Bubba Wallace, who was running second.
Right rear tire flat.
Bubba Wallace with the right rear tire carcass about to come off.
Looks like a right rear. Who's a lap? Do I need to just do rights?
That was great. That radio was Booty Barker asking the spotter, wanted to know if he could just change rights. He doesn't want to lose a lap, Parker.
Just before this happened, Bubba Wallace came on the radio and complained about how loose he was suddenly getting in that race car.
So the
team assessing this.
Oh, sorry, Parker. But so, Parker, don't you think that, like, if the right rear starts to lose air, that's probably the loose he was feeling? Is that what you're thinking, going down slowly?
It had to be something like that because he suddenly came on and said he was wrecking loose, and then it was about a lap or two later that you saw this issue. So that maybe gives them an indication there was a tire issue, Steve.
Oh, it looks like more issue.
That's the international sign for something bent or broke. You see the two hands together from the tire changer, and I think at this point, you know, you have to decide how you're going to approach this, right? You put the right, toe link. You just saw the tire carrier push the tire, turning it. Remember, the rears don't turn, so he's turning the right rear tire. Tells me the toe link is bent or broken.
Toe link's broke?
Yes. So
Are you answering him? Yes?
I was answering him.
I like that, Rick. I like that.
I was looking at him turn the wheel.
So there's the car getting loose into the wall right there. Pretty hard contact. Riding on board. Oh, it blows out. You can hear the tire explode. Oh, man.
That's just unfortunate for Bubba Wallace. 7th playoff driver already in this race that's had an issue.
Getting ready for the restart. There will be 52 laps still to go in stage 2. Chase Elliott on the inside and Kyle Larson on the outside.
Larson choosing the outside line here.
Whoa, a
lot of contact, yes. Bottled up back there when they were 4 wide. And close side drafting there for Chase Elliott as he tries to take the lead away from Kyle Larson, but the momentum building on that outside line again.
Larson's made that inside work several times today on restarts, but now 3 wide going down into turn 1. Reddick to the inside.
What a run by the 45 of Tyler Reddick. He surges to the lead here at Kansas.
Tyler slides up in front of Larson, though, to block him, and that gives.
Got a spin in the back. The 2 of Cindric is around.
Austin Cindric sliding on the apron, and the caution comes out.
Caution. Get it back going. Nothing else coming.
So just when things were getting interesting up front, the caution comes out. We'll have another restart.
You know, business is picking up. The 2 is running 18.
So the caution comes out for this spin right here. Looks like he's going to have some help from Michael McDowell in that 34. Sideways goes the 2. Reddick, Elliott, and Larson. All 3 were fighting for the lead. Cindric, wonder where that started.
Yeah, restarts are crazy here. So watch as this thing moves forward. Michael McDowell up the racetrack a little bit. Then watch the 2 of Cindric. He moves up and gets into the side of McDowell. And now McDowell, I'm sure, is a little bit angry and goes and chases the 2 car down, and around the 2 goes.
Well, that's not nice.
No, that's just the aggression of this racetrack. There's so many places you can go.
He pulls away from the 9, but is the 11 going to be fast enough to clear the 9?
Chase goes to the middle of the racetrack. Denny's going to fill that hole in the top.
Big speed here by the 11 down the back straightaway. He'll clear easily into 2nd place.
So now what does he do? The final turn of stage 2 down to the bottom of the racetrack. Hamlin 2 car lengths away. Not enough momentum for Hamlin as Keselowski is going to win stage 2 at Kansas. I think warming up the tires or cleaning the tires, the 6 and the 11, I think made some contact before we get this restart. We'll have to take another look back at that. Final stage underway from Kansas.
Brad got a great jump there, and he's going to get away from the 11, so the side draft can't happen. Then he draws right back up on his quarter panel here through the outside of turn 2. Good momentum for that 11 off of turn 2, side by side down the back straightaway. They've broken away by a couple car lengths on the second row.
You heard the confidence that Denny Hamlin has in his race car. He drove that thing into the corner. Keselowski tried to outdrive him. Denny wasn't having anything to do with it.
Don't look now, but here comes Eric Jones in the 43 as well.
They had such a huge run on those two cars leading, running side by side. Look at Reddick around the outside, almost into the wall right there. Is it an opportunity for him to be side by side? He's right to the quarter panel.
Coming up to you.
Side drafting down the front straightaway.
Stay away. He's still going to be there. He's still there. Just be smart here. Inside by himself. Just hit your marks up top there.
Reddick's driving up on these two cars as they run side by side, but Denny's going to clear easily for the lead. Here comes Reddick on the inside now.
A little more momentum out of Keselowski as well. Can he fight back?
Reddick's going to slow him down. Rick side drafting him and down into turn 3. Reddick's going to clear.
Oh, trouble in the turn 1.
Chris Buescher.
Buescher.
Another playoff driver.
That's a right rear tire issue, it looks like.
Yeah.
No caution yet.
None, but will the tire, basically carcass, stay on the car? He's up against the wall trying to get down off the back. There's the yellow. I think you have to throw the yellow with a car that slow up against the wall down the backstretch.
He was running in 12th place, 24 points to the good in the playoffs when he had this problem.
So Buescher, who had a great last 6 races, and you see the carcass about to come off of that wheel.
How did you know that was going to happen, Steve? You just mentioned that a couple laps ago about tire issues.
Well, I've put myself in the position of these crew chiefs on the pit box, and you know what they are doing, to your point, is they're asking themselves every 5 or 10 laps, if the caution comes out, what do I do and what do we need? Now here I think the decision to pit is clear. Everybody with 40 or 30 laps on their tires, everybody has to come to pit road. But now with this run going to be maybe just a couple laps, you are definitely not going to put the same setup in. Air pressure changes. We'll pump the tires up like it's qualifying. If you fire off tight, we want to free it up. If we fire off loose, we want to tighten up. This is all going to be about a short run, a sprint, almost to the level of qualifying.
And we've seen trouble and problems. Here's Chris Buescher Jr. getting into turn 1 with the right rear down.
He is so lucky and fortunate this happened on the straightaway. That keeps him out of the fence.
Toe link and everything looked okay.
Yep, that keeps him out of the fence. No toe link issues, no delays on pit road repairing that. I mean, it's disappointing. He'll be sad and upset that this has happened to him late in the race. He lost a lot of track position, but he does get to go out there on these last few laps and try to regain some of it back. He'll have to start at the back of the tail end for pitting too soon, but won't be losing laps on pit road making repairs to that car.
2 laps to determine a potential advancement in the playoffs or maybe a win. Green flag back in the air. Overtime presented by Credit One Bank.
Hamlin was sleeping on the start. He did not get a good launch at all.
Logano to the inside, 3 wide. Can he clear? Here comes Jones on the outside.
2-tire stop for Jones as he works that outside. Larson loses a little momentum. Here comes the aid of Kyle Busch as well.
It's a big run from behind on the back straightaway.
Hamlin and Larson contact into 3.
Reddick now with momentum coming to the outside.
Reddick dives down low, 3 wide. He's going to be clear going into turn 1.
One more time around. Reddick out in front now. A big run out of the 11, but the door is closed by Jones. Eric Jones running second, Hamlin is third. Tyler Reddick looking for his 5th career win. Reddick out of 4. He's going to advance to the round of 12. Reddick wins in Kansas.